Welcome, dear friends, to the Be Life Elevation podcast. My name is Mr. Scott, and today we're diving into a theme that shapes every part of life: balance and cycles. To help us on this journey, I'm honored to welcome Laozi, the great Taoist sage, whose wisdom has inspired seekers for centuries. Laozi, it's a joy to have you here.
The joy is shared. All life is balance. All life is cycles. To speak of this is to speak of the Tao itself.
That is beautiful. So let's begin. When we think of life, we often imagine a straight line forward. But in truth, life moves in circles, in seasons. The day turns to night, the moon grows and fades, the tides rise and fall. And not only does life move in circles, but it is always in balance. Balance is not something still, it's something alive. Laozi, how would you describe balance?
Balance is the meeting of opposites. Yin and yang, dark and light, stillness and motion, giving and receiving. They do not fight each other, they complete each other. Without one, the other has no meaning.
So balance is not about perfection, it's about wholeness. And when we lose that balance, we see consequences: storms in nature, illness in the body, burnout in our own lives.
Yes, to force constant growth is to break the cycle and upset the natural balance. To rest when it is time to rest is wisdom.
Let's take nature as our teacher. A forest thrives because everything is in balance: the soil, the trees, the animals, the rain. Each has a specific role and each contributes to the whole. Remove one part and the whole system suffers.
Our bodies are the same. Too much stress without rest, too much food or too little food, and the imbalance creates suffering, depression, or illness. The key is to find a balance in each thing you do and in all the things you do. Your day should be divided into tasks that attend to each aspect of your life. Some meditation, some exercise, some time for others, some time for yourself, time for work, and time for play. Your thoughts and your emotions, your relationships, and most importantly, your time, energy, and peace should all be balanced. This is what it is to be a healthy person. Laozi, what does the Tao teach us about balance?
The Tao is written in the rivers, in the mountains, in the sky. Watch the water, soft, yielding, yet stronger than stone. Watch the seasons. Each one gives way to the next. Nothing clings, nothing resists. To follow this is to live with ease. The Tao teaches us to find the balance and cycles within nature, so that we may live through understanding the natural way of things.
That is amazing, and it is beautifully reflected in a story I want to share. As in every podcast and lesson, I love to include a short story. Today, our story is about Farmer Fred. Fred was new to farming and decided he would copy every other farmer who planted their seeds each spring, tended them in summer, and harvested in autumn. But after a year, Fred grew restless. He felt that sitting around waiting during winter was not productive. Why should I let the land sleep, he thought. If I plant all year, I will have more harvest. So he forced the earth, planting in the cold, hard ground. At first, a small crop did grow, but soon the soil weakened, the plants withered, and even the farmer himself became exhausted. Finally, after much effort and very little reward, Fred allowed winter its time and allowed the earth to rest. In that rest, the soil healed and grew fertile with all the nutrients it had collected over the winter. Fred, too, had time to rest, reflect, and plan. When spring came again, the land flourished more than ever. Fred the farmer then began to understand. The cycle is not my enemy, it is my teacher and my opportunity. Laozi, what does this story mean to you?
The farmer wished for endless summer, but without winter there is no spring. To take without pause is to destroy. To give space for rest is to create abundance. The cycle of effort and stillness is the dance of life itself. To resist this is suffering. To embrace it is wisdom.
So if balance is everywhere, how do we live it? In our modern world, people often feel pressured to always do more. Yet as your teachings remind us, rest is as sacred as action.
Yes, a bow kept always bent will break. A flame burning without pause will burn out. Balance is not found once and kept. It is lived moment by moment. It is listening, knowing when to act, when to wait, when to speak, and when to be silent. As you mentioned earlier, we must also give up our energy and attention mindfully and not always to one thing. Not all to work, not all to sitting, not all to the screens.
And even when we feel out of balance, perhaps that too is a reminder that we must return to flow, not force, to allow and to receive, to let go.
Exactly. The river bends, the tree sways. Why should you be stiff when life itself is soft? Learn to be like bamboo, flexible and subtle.
So how can we practice this wisdom in our daily lives? Well, here are a few simple steps. First, notice your own cycles. Do you feel more energy in the mornings or in the evenings? Align your work with your natural rhythm. Notice when you are given and when it is time to receive. Notice when it is your time to accumulate and when it is your time to share. Understand that all our lives move in these cycles and that no one cycle will last forever. Life is always changing and this cycle will end. Be aware of what cycle you are in now, what cycle you were in before, and which cycle you are moving into next. Second, honor rest. Just as the earth needs winter, you need stillness. Rest is not weakness. It is part of the cycle of strength. Try to formulate a balanced daily routine. Some exercise, some rest, some mental stimulation, some emotional stimulation, some work and some play. The more we are in balance, the more we feel complete. Finally, accept both the light and dark seasons. Life has joy and sorrow, growth and letting go. Each gives meaning to the other. Each has its own time and each will fade when that time is up. Understand that not all seasons are ones of growth and prosperity. Sometimes the seasons can be long, cold, and hard, but they will return to happier days again.
Yes, if you want to understand and live in balance, watch the breath. It rises, it falls, it fills, and it empties. It energizes and it relaxes, but you cannot only inhale, just as you cannot only exhale. Life is both. Harmony is both.
Friends, balance and cycles are not ideas to chase. They are realities already here. They occur naturally in our own lives and in the natural world around us. The more we resist, the more we suffer. The more we flow, the more we thrive. This week, I invite you to notice one cycle in your life. Maybe it's your sleep, your energy, your emotions. Instead of fighting it, move with it. Try this week to also include an activity in your day to bring you more into balance. Laozi, do you have any final words for our listeners?
Yes. To live in harmony with the Tao is to live in peace. Look to nature and you will see yourself. Flow with it and you will be whole.
Beautiful. Thank you, Laozi, for sharing your wisdom. And thank you, dear listeners, for being here with me, Mr. Scott, on on the Be Life Elevation podcast. Tune in tomorrow for the kids' version of this lesson. And until next time, may you walk gently with life's cycles, and may balance be your companion. Be balanced, be aware, and be the life you want to live. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe.